Hey everybody, Eagle Scout here again. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my cook kit, my hydration system, and my food bear bag kind of stuff. So let's get to it. Okay, first thing we're going to go over is my hydration kit. So basically it's comprised of three things: smart water bottle, or for this purpose it's a Life water bottle. The next is going to be my dirty water bag, which is a Knock Outdoors 2-liter bag, and then my Sawyer Micro. I have not trail tested this yet. I moved from Hydro Blue VersaFlow, and then I went to Sawyer Squeeze regular, and then now I'm using the Micro Squeeze. So the first thing that when you get the Micro Squeeze is it comes with like a white kind of sports cap that has a cap onto it, and then you have to pull it to open it. I'm going to be kind of doing a hybrid, using this as kind of like a gravity filter, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. So you get like this little tornado tube, which if I'm not mistaken, some of them do come with this, but if not, it's basically a 2-liter attachment on both sides, and then you just screw that on. So the first thing I'll do when I get to the water source is I'm going to take this thing, this 2-liter bag, and then you slide the top off, you open this up, and this is one of the reasons why I like this instead of any other bag. Is really hard to get all the water through this cap right here, but what you can do is you open the back of this thing, kind of pinch it with your fingers like that, and then you just scoop it. So I really like that part of this bag. I have had some issues with it leaking right here, but it's attached to a filter. We'll see how it does now, but I did have issues with it leaking. I think I was either using the Squeeze or the Sawyer Mini maybe, but we'll see how it does with the Micro. So after you fill it, you put this little slider back on, and then you're gonna hold it up like this, unscrew this, take your Micro Squeeze, put that on to where it says Sawyer towards that end, screw that on there, and then you take your bottle that you're wanting to put all the water in, and you screw that on the other end. So it ends up being more like a gravity filter. If I want, I can just hang this on a tree somewhere and let it filter while I do some camp stuff. One thing I will tell you though is if you're gonna do it this way, do not tighten this all the way, because it'll really slow down your flow rate. Right now I only have one of these Life water bottles. I will have two. I'll have one 1-liter and one 750 milliliter. They usually come with the bottles depending on where you get them from, but they're a lot easier to open. You just kind of flip it open. Another thing that I use the sports caps for as well is you'll notice once you get a Sawyer, it'll come with a plunger. So with these sports caps is you can actually take the sports cap, and you see where there's kind of a little thing right there. You just kind of put the two together and you can back flush it that way. So that's kind of my water system that I'm going to be using. Next up is going to be my cook kit. Okay, so this is my cook kit. I have it in just this little drawstring Cuben fiber sack. Inside is my 750 milliliter Toaks titanium pot. It's got the two little handles right here. It's also got graduation marks right here that tell you how much water is in it. And then one thing I like about this particular one is the little pot lid right here. So what you can do is you stick this up and then you kind of push it in and it'll stay like that. So when you're ready to check it if it's boiling, you just pull this and it's not hot. And then it's also got 3 drainage holes right here in case you're doing pasta or that kind of stuff and you need to strain it. Let's open it up and look inside. So up inside, first you'll notice I have this little scratch pad. It's really lightweight. Use it for whenever I need to clean my pot for any reason. I do have a bottle of Dr. Bronner's that you'll see later, but it's not going to be in my pot. So kind of dump it out. In here I have, as you can see, another buff. This is going to be my kitchen buff. Not only is it for cleaning stuff up in here, it's also to kind of keep everything from rattling around, hitting each other and nicking it or anything like that. Also keeps my fuel canister from rusting my pot. Next is going to be my fuel canister. This is the one I'm using right now. It's the MSR IsoPro. It's a 4 ounce or 3.9 ounce. Next is going to be my lighter. Just a mini Bic at a gas station. I like getting the yellow ones or the bright colors because if you lose it on the ground, it's really easy to see. So that's why I got that. And then next up is my stove, which is the BRS 3000. I've used this on quite a few hikes so far, and it works pretty good. We'll see how it fares on the trail. If for some reason this one goes down, I do have another one at home that my wife can send me, but it's super light, made out of titanium, and I really like it. So that's my cook pot and my cook system. Next up, you will see my bear bag. This is a light AF food bag. I think they have 2 different sizes now. When I bought this, I think there was only 1 size. But basically it's Cuben fiber. I don't know the liter capacity on it, but at the top, it's got this little loop right here that you can hang a carabiner. And then it's a Ziploc or a Velcro enclosure. And then let's take everything out and put it on top. So this is what I have inside my bear bag that is not food. So I have a few Ziplocs here. This is gonna actually be my trash bag Ziploc. And then I'm not sure why I have these other 2 Ziplocs. Those will be in there. And then I have smooth bowl titanium spoon. I did have a spork, and I've heard a lot of things about making it hard to clean the pots out, so I decided to go with just a spoon. I'm not sure when I'm going to need a fork anyways, so I'm just going to go with a Toaks titanium with the smooth bowl. Next is going to be my hanging kit, which is going to be, I'm not sure what kind of rope this is, but it's just some rope from Z-Packs. I don't know what kind it is. And then just a small stuff set. And then next is going to be kind of like my hygiene kit. This is going to be inside my bag, because mainly when I'm going to be using this is going to be when I get up in the morning for breakfast or before I go to bed. And just the things I have in there. I have a Ziploc bag. Then I have a toothbrush that I just cut off. I don't like the travel toothbrushes. I like having some different bristles on here, and so I just went with a regular toothbrush and I just cut it. The biggest reason I cut it wasn't to save the weight, because it's not a whole lot more weight. It's easier to pack and it's easier to go in the Ziploc bag I have. Toothpaste. For my toothbrush, I am going to have a cap. I have some of these, they're called Wizzy wipes. Basically you put water on them and then they roll out to be like a kind of like a wet wipe. They are reusable. They don't weigh a whole lot. I don't know how often I'm going to be using them, but for that much weight, I figured I might as well take them. The last thing is going to be Dr. Bronner's soap, just because hand sanitizer doesn't clean everything. I'm going to use this for my pot if I need to do that, and then wash my hands or whatever kind of hygiene stuff I need to use it for. Some people do use this as toothpaste. I can't do it. It still tastes like soap, so, but if you want to replace this with toothpaste, go for it. So that is my food bag. Next, while we're talking about hygiene stuff, I am going to talk about my toilet kit. It's all going to be in this bag right here. It might be in a different bag, we'll see. We'll go ahead and dump that out and talk about it. Okay, so as before, I do have some more Wizzy wipes. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this many, but if I need them, I have them. We'll see if they make it in my kit later on. My trowel to do the dirty deed. This is a Deuce of Spades trowel. I've used this a few times and it's worked pretty good. Next to that, I have my toilet paper, biodegradable. And then next I have a Ziploc bag for trash. So that's my toilet kit. One thing that I didn't mention in this is my hand sanitizer, which I'm going to be using every time, and it's actually going to be attached to my pack. So that'll be in my miscellaneous video. So that's it.